Y después
Bueno, está
eso
bien,
de...
rápido. A ver. Okay. Hi, good day. Today we are going to talk about waste, electronical and electronic equipment. In the last 30 years, society has relied on electronic devices to generate and support information, mainly computers, which have provided instruments and communication, bringing with it the consequence that at the end of the useful life of this device, the principal consequence of it is the next. A part of electronic waste is sent to the Netherlands illegally. Young people who work in the collecting and extraction of components, high risk, presence of chemicals, lacks of supervision and leadership, and unnecessary leftovers.
The cause in the problem is the next. The third point is the 20 obsolete, and wherever the device they need time for reworking. Every every device has the limit in the life for hardware or software. The next point is the perceiving obsolescence, and where the user discard the device for a new device. For example, a computer, old computer for a new computer. Social projection. The marketing influence in this point, uh, the new device in the market, and the user use in different device for obtain favorable social or economic position. Deeper technologization is when the users depend a lot the electronics. And the last point is the bus requesting management, and where how it's used. I don't identify what is the process for reciclaje or repair an electronic device. It is a principal cause in every situation. In this slide is about a sample the present electronic device in our life: computer, monitor, printer, audio, video, cell phone, computer component, allow the device. What is the problem is the ever device that we need to have in a situation for a device don't work, or the we wants to change for other new. The main material takes made of the waste. Uh, the component in general terms, the composition of the equipment is very varied. Um, every thing, thing has a steel, plastic, copper, aluminum, and diverse metals. The gas, the mixed material, and other types of the plastic. The problematic is the every element don't raise is the principal characteristic in every device. Um, example, Apple has a limit in the speed, but a computer is difficult because the metal has a long time for in the heart is the principal problem and the reason for There are a lot the Western.
In this slide, we have different use in Reciclaje, the electronic waste. The first is Reciclaje. Transfer material to the different process that live different components and batteries and material and saving without harming the health society of the environment. Precision. In this action collects this material transform in areas comprehensively managed. Special handling waste. They are those that are generated in the production process. In this point, this characteristic is to be considered as those waste or as some urban solid waste or that are generated by large human generators. Hazard waste. They are those that have some of the characteristics of the corrosive, active, explosive, toxic, or flammable, contain infecting agent or the present some danger. This point is about the different components that are toxic. Urban solid waste. They are those that are generated in the house that result from the elimination of the material that are used in their domestic activities or the products they are consumed. Reuse. In this use is the importance of a material of product that was previously used before a transformation process having been carried out. Treatment. Are those physical, chemical, biological, or treatment products to which the characteristics of the waste are changed and the works of the generator than possible. Empowering problems associated with the waste managed. And in this year, the generation of hazardous emissions during the cycle of the electric and electronic equipment depends on managed electronics. For these substances consumed in electric or electronic equipment and electric in solids that not disappear form, and there is no risk of human explore or relieve the environment from their use in the direct normal contact. Also, is why the household substances are contain some wasted electronic and electronic equipment.
Currently, there are initiatives that to raise awareness about the waste problems in general. The most famous is the 2 years recycle, reuse, and reduce, which can also be applied to electronic waste. This way, we can help to reduce the problem. It is a process that takes place in electronic devices. It involves the disassembly and separation of its components and the recovery of its raw materials, plastics, metals, among others. This type of recycling became necessary because electronic waste contains highly pollution, heavy metals, mercury, chromium, and lead, among others, the amount of which is increasing dramatically. Electronic devices contain several components that, if they are placed in the environment without any type of treatment, can cause damage to both ecosystems and the living beings that inhabit them. The recycling of the electronic devices is a process of recovering materials from these devices and giving them a new use in other products, thus contributing to the reduction of electronic waste that can be very harmful and achieving greater sustainability. According to estimates, each year around 50 million tons of electronic waste are generated in the world, of which approximately 20% is recycled. And at temperamental level, it represents a duty for companies to be able to deal with this waste, not only with its correct elimination, but recycling the materials so that they can be reduced in the future. This will take an advance of the life cycles of raw materials, and their unnecessary extraction would be avoided. These will be collected and disposed of in a safe way for society and for the environment, since they contain this material that they are harmful to the planet. They will be distributed according to the established qualification, and in this way facilitate the recycling. Like all recycling, you must first have a process for this. The first step is to organize everything in such a way that the strong metals such as television, microwaves, and other remains first and continue until there are small metals residues.
Materials. Most of the components of electronic device can be recycled and even all cables. The impediments for recycling of electronic waste, as mentioned above, are limited to the chemical components to which some pieces are subject, while this chemical alteration serves to avoid, for example, fires and provides a better experience of use. It is detrimental to recycling. Even with these conditions, they can recover between 17 and 90% of the components of this device, and they can even be separated by mechanical means, so it is much more economical and easy. Among the materials are glass, metals, and plastics, which should be classified. Proposed solution. Based on what has been explained, we believe that it is to check the devices that are harmful to the environment and can also be to the people around us. It is better to check these devices or see where to take them without contaminating. In a certain way, it is better to check these devices in order to discard them in a safe and clean way, or also be able to convert them into an energy that can help the environment without damaging it. Conclusion. This issue of waste is a problem that has gotten out of control. The biggest mistake has been to ignore it. Stopping the consumption and waste of resources is almost inevitable. The most uh, feasible proposal is to learn to manage what we do with our appliance and raise awareness to others. We can say that we believe it is better to control electronic devices that are harmful to the environment and the society pays for it. For it is better to review such devices so that they can be disposed of safely and cleanly.